Well, welcome everybody. Tonight is Wednesday, October the 4th, 2017, and it is the Healthy Living Revolution Zoom call this evening. We're so happy that you're here with us this evening. We know you had other things that you could have done tonight, but the fact is you're here with us, and we hope that we will inspire you and educate you a little bit tonight and warm your heart a little bit too. My name is Patti Benson. I am an LPGA certified golf coach, golf teacher, and I'm also a certified health coach. And you might wonder, why am I an LPGA golf pro and a certified health coach? Those two don't really seem to go well together. But the fact is, about 18 and a half years ago, I was diagnosed with ovarian cancer. And I was just about 40-ish, 42 years old at the time. And it was not a very good time for me. I was scared. I was nervous. I had surgery to get rid of that, plus chemotherapy. And those were pretty dark days for me. By the grace of God, I'm here, right? At age 59 and a half. And I'm so thrilled that I am here to be able to tell you my story and to share with you a little bit about what we're doing tonight. But the fact was, I had been so depleted of energy and resources in my body after the surgery and chemotherapy that even 3 years later, I still wasn't able to play golf tournaments that I'd always played in. I wasn't able to really perform my duties at my job or even kind of do the wifely duties that I would do. So thank God my husband stepped in and my sister, my mom and dad were there to support me, and a lot of friends too. But I was at an event in out west, and an LPGA colleague came up to me and asked me why I wasn't playing in the golf tournament. And I said, well, frankly, I wasn't feeling well. And everybody pretty much in the organization knew of my situation. And I said I wasn't feeling up to it and have the energy that I thought that I should have. And so she just says to me, you need Juice Plus. And that's what we're going to talk about a little bit tonight, is Juice Plus. It's an amazing product, an amazing company. And what you're going to hear tonight is how this has changed the lives of so many. It changed my life. But you know, it wasn't just the Juice Plus alone that actually changed my life. It was truly a combination of that and lifestyle changes that got my health going in the right direction. Things like getting more sleep, drinking more water, getting some exercise, and eating more healthfully. You know, the funny thing is that when I talk to people about health and wellness, I hear so many people say, I'm healthy, I eat healthy, I have no problem with that. I eat lots of fruits and veggies. And you know, it's sort of like a car that kind of breaks down on you. It's like, wow, this car was running really well, and all of a sudden it just broke down. And that's true about our health too. So we can take preventative measures, we can be proactive in our health, and we can do a lot of things to change the direction that our health is going and not have to have the diseases that are so rampant right now and taking people's lives and taking their livelihood, shall we say. So what happened after that was that I was so excited about how I was beginning to feel, even after like 4 to 6 months. Things like my blood tests were changing for the better, and my energy was getting back, and I was feeling kind of like my old self again. And I started sharing it with people because I thought, if I could feel this good, and I was pretty sick, how good could they possibly feel? So pretty soon I was starting to share, and it was sort of like when you share a great movie or a great book or a great restaurant, how you're telling people about wonderful things that happened to them. Well, that's what I was doing, and it was so wonderful. In the meantime, I got to meet so many wonderful people, like the people you're going to meet tonight on this call. So many great people that have become my friends that I would have never met had it not been for the Juice Plus company. So I'm so thrilled and honored that they're going to be speaking and telling their story in a few minutes. So what I want to tell you is something that I am going to read here momentarily, but I want to say to you that physical health is a huge key to long-term financial health. But many people don't think about investing in their wellness as part of their long-term financial strategy. You know, we need to take control of the future of our own health and that of our children by making some really tough decisions. And at our current rate, in less than 20 years, our healthcare costs will exceed our average income. Let me repeat that. At our current rate of what we're doing here in our society, in less than 20 years, our healthcare costs will exceed our average income. This is what I know. We can do something about that. And when we inspire people to make changes in their health and educate them that we're doing tonight, we can make a difference in this world. And isn't that what that's all about? We want to make a difference in this world. So without further ado, I want to introduce our very first speaker tonight. Her name is Susanne Edson. Susanne is a registered nurse. She's from the Michigan area, and she loves people, and she, as a nurse, she inspires people to be healthy in their journeys. I'm sure she sees plenty of sick people in her work, and she's a mom, and she just loves giving wonderful advice to people who will listen to her and who won't listen to her even, to say, hey, we can do something about this. And she does a great job at it. So I would like to welcome you, my dear friend, Susanne Edson. Please take it away, Susanne.
Thank you, Patti. And welcome everybody to the call tonight. Like Patti said, I am Susanne Edson. I've been a registered nurse for 40 years. And about 20 years ago, Juice Plus came across my path. And the way it happened was my husband at the time was at a charity golf tournament, and somebody had a Juice Plus t-shirt on, and he brought a box of Juice Plus home that day. And you guys, I absolutely thought he'd lost his mind, because 20 years ago, I did not think you could get fruits and vegetables in a capsule. I thought that was Jetson food, and it would never happen in my lifetime. We were vegetarians, so I thought I was doing everything right with my family. But what I saw was my kids had asthma, allergies, migraines, and my stepson had ADHD. So I said, you go ahead and take Juice Plus. And within 2 weeks, he started having more energy and feeling better. He's an emergency room doctor. So I didn't want him to get ahead of me, which is probably why I'm not married anymore, you guys. But I like the story because it's true. I saw such a difference in him. I thought, okay, if it's good, then all of us can take it. Being vegetarians, we all took it. So what I saw after about 3 to 4 months, those kids were off their medicine, and we're not making any claims tonight. I'm just telling you what I found with my story with Juice Plus. But what I did see is after 4 months, I didn't feel any different. So I went off of Juice Plus. I thought, well, it's good for them, but I'm such a great vegetarian, I don't need it. But after about maybe a week or two, I started having less energy, and I thought, well, I'll just have my blood checked. Maybe I'm anemic. But my blood work was perfect. And that's when I knew you can't feel prevention. My cholesterol was down 50 points, but I couldn't feel that. You can't feel what's going on in the inside of your body. So fast forward, 12 years from that time, I have a daughter that is anorexic and bulimic. Boy, I know the grace of God saved her, but I know that this good nutrition saved her. And then last summer, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And talk about feeling like you were hit with a lightning bolt. I felt like I had been doing everything right, but you know what? Thank goodness I had this great nutrition flowing through my veins, because from the time I was diagnosed to the time I had a double mastectomy, rebuilt 90 days, you guys, 90 days. And I didn't miss a beat. There might have been 2 or 3 days where I didn't feel good from after surgery, but I was strong, and I knew this good nutrition, and the grace of God helped me through that. But what I found was, 20 years ago, we had the fruits and vegetables, 20 raw fruits and vegetables that have been juiced, salt and sugar reduced in there, and then put into a capsule form for us, the powder is. And then also the vineyard blend, which is another, 10 raw berries and grapes and wonderful things in there for us to have raw. And it's right in there in the capsule form. And what I love about this is that not only do we have it like this, we also have it in the gummy form. So our kids can have it as young as 4, they get it for free. And Susie's going to go through that program. But what I love about this, you guys, it's a food label. It's not a supplement label. So in Michigan, there's no tax on food. So my Juice Plus is not taxed because it really is food. So I love that part of it too. And 20 years ago when we started, we did have the chocolate and the vanilla whole food based shake mix. So that's what the kids would have every morning for breakfast. And I knew that their nutrition before a game, volleyball or cheerleading or whatever sport they were in, I knew they had the best nutrition. And then they came out with the bars. So we have the tart cherry and honey and dark chocolate and fig bars. So that's a great way to get nutrition on the go. And I just appreciate so much what they've done. But now they've come out with these omegas. And these are going to be available for us at the end of October, 1st of November. And the omegas are from an algae source. It's not the fish oil that we're used to. And you're going to hear more about this. But there's pomegranate, there's buckhorn berry, there's raspberry, safflower, tomato seed oil in there. And so it's just a great way to get more, brain food. And Dr. Sears has a great chart that shows a child, not had any omegas in his system, and they did their handwriting. It was very scribbly. 1 month on omegas, and that child's handwriting was legible. It's just a huge difference for us, for our brain health and for our nerve ending health. So you're going to see a big deal with this omegas when we're at the end of October. But I'm excited too, because we also have the healthy living revolution that we are all part of. And of course, the Juice Plus has over 36 studies, you guys. It improves your immune system. It's your cardiovascular system. It helps improve your DNA system. That is your blueprint of your genes. And being a scientist and a nurse background, this was important for me to have these studies. The company's taken a huge step to go ahead and invest in these products with studies. So, we can take Juice Plus confidently, knowing that we can put it in a baby's body, a pregnant woman's body, and know that it is just food, and what great benefits they can have from this. So part of the healthy living revolution and inspiring healthy living around the world is our tower garden. And that is part of, if you've ever been to Epcot, they grow the food vertically, and I love that. You can get 20 to 28 of your vegetables, fruits, herbs, the things that you love to grow on your deck, in your house, year round, by adding grow lights in the winter, especially in northern Michigan. You have to have that. But I always say, you know what, you can go, and this is what I tell people, you can go from 0, you see that vertical tower growing, to 6 weeks of full food that you can grow, and you pick it right off of there. It's right on your deck. It's right in your home. So I'm so excited about this. I have been, sharing this with people for 18 years. I left my job as a nurse, and this is what I do, and I'm passionate about it. You guys, take a look at this, because I feel like if I would have just said 20 years ago, no, I'm a vegetarian, I'm good, I don't need to do this, I am fine, where would I be? I'm so thankful I said yes. So now you're going to hear a little bit about our programs. And Susie Smith is a wonderful woman that lives in Jupiter, Florida. And she raised 2 daughters as a single mom after losing her husband to cancer when they were only 1 and 3, you guys. And when she heard you can change your DNA with good nutrition, she began to share Juice Plus with everyone she knew. So thank you, Susie, for being on.
Thank you, Susanne. And I was wishing I could show my tower garden. It looked awesome just a few weeks ago, but unfortunately we went through Hurricane Irma, and my tower garden had to come down. So I'm getting ready to replant soon, though. And the nice thing is down here in South Florida, we can grow it year round. So it's a real treat. But as Susanne said, I live in Jupiter, Florida. I am a single mom for almost 20 years now. I was one of those people that believed that your DNA was your destiny. And when I heard from the person that shared Juice Plus with me that you could actually change your DNA with good nutrition, I was amazed. When I heard that we were supposed to be eating 7 to 13 fruits and vegetables every day, I knew we were not getting anywhere near that. And so Juice Plus was a no-brainer, especially since I could take advantage of the children's program and get one of my daughters for free. So I noticed in a very short time after eating Juice Plus that the girls weren't getting sick every time a new school year started. And amazingly, I wasn't craving the sweets and the chocolate that I was doing after school and late night snacks. And the only thing we had done differently was add Juice Plus to our diet. So slowly we started craving more fruits and vegetables, and my family's nutrition changed. So basically Juice Plus did prove right there that you can change your DNA. It did change our destiny. Naturally, like Susanne said, I started sharing my story with everyone. And I just, I didn't want to become a distributor because I was not a salesperson. I didn't want my friends running away, every time I tried to talk to them. But as time passed, my girls grew up and I started to look for another extra income. I was hesitant at first, but then I decided, you know what, I'm going to really look into this. I love the product and I'm telling people about it. It just makes sense. So why not? Well, then I went to one of our conferences, our company conferences. And at that time, almost 8 years ago, was in Phoenix. And that's when my story changed. I found a company with such integrity. They are huge philanthropists that give back to the Boys and Girls Club of America, Volunteers of America. We donate meals, and it's just an amazing company, and I wanted to be a part of it. So as I said, that was over 7 years ago, and now I have a rapidly growing business with some of the most awesome team that I could ever imagine. We are on a mission to inspire healthy living around the world and to help every family that wants to also change their DNA and their destiny. I'm on a mission to help as many single moms who are widowed like myself or who's single for whatever reason to have more control over their financial freedom. Because I chose to stay at home, be a stay-at-home mom when my kids were young. For me to go back into the workforce, I had to start at the ground up. And, I had gave up my time freedom. And I have been spending my years, helping someone else build their financial dreams. But with Juice Plus, I have a plan B that will soon turn into a plan A. And I'm building my own financial dreams. And I have control over my freedom. And, I will have control over my time freedom again soon. So like Susanne said, I can't even imagine what our lives would be like if we hadn't, if someone hadn't shared Juice Plus with us, or our health. It's just changed so many things. So I also wanted to tell you a little bit about the Healthy Living Revolution Plan. What I love about Juice Plus is it's not a fad. It's a lifestyle. It's not a diet program or anything like that. This is something that once you start, I will take Juice Plus for life. Whether if I was a distributor or not, I would still be on the product forever. It's just one simple change to better health. So we eat Juice Plus to bridge the gap from what we should eat and what we do eat, but we also have the opportunity to jumpstart a good eating habits with a program called the Shred 10. That's one of my favorite programs. I don't know, as I said, if any of you have gone through, the hurricanes that have been going through. We had Hurricane Irma. We were without power for 10 days. And when you get in stressful situations like that, me anyway, my good eating habits go right out the window. I ate my way right through the hurricane. And when you don't have the resources or the power to prepare good meals, you tend to get a little off track. So what I love is the Shred 10 is an easy plan of eating the Juice Plus capsules and drinking 2 of the shakes every day. My favorite is the chocolate. We have chocolate and vanilla. And just getting back on a good track. The nice thing is, several teams do the Shred 10 together, and you can join a Facebook page and get great recipes and encouragement, so you're not doing it alone. You'll get back on track by flooding your body with lots of fruits and vegetables, as you do with Juice Plus, and cutting out things like dairy, gluten, caffeine, alcohol, processed foods, and eating after 6 p.m. That one's hard for me, but I try to get as close as possible. But remember, it's only 10 days, and it doesn't sound, it's doable for 10 days. But what happens is, over those 10 days, you start to feel so good that you don't want to add those things back into your diet again, because you're feeling so much better. You start sleeping. I start sleeping better. I just have more energy. And it's just a wonderful program to start. If you're interested in hearing more about that, talk to the person who invited you. So next, I'm going to let Lynne take over. Lynne Reynolds lives in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida. She's my neighbor and a good buddy. She is the grandmother of 7 and has been sharing Juice Plus for 10 years now. So take it away, Lynne.
Thank you, Susie. Well, after about 6 months that we had been taking Juice Plus, I realized that my husband and I would just want to take it forever. And because we started noticing subtle changes over time, and we just started feeling better and just other health changes. So after about 6 months, I thought, well, it only makes sense to get this at the best possible price. So I became what I'd call a family and friends rep. I had a full-time job, and I had no intention of doing Juice Plus as a business. Well, I stayed that way for several years, and then what Jay Martin, who was our company president, what he was calling my plan B became my plan A. I started sharing more intentionally, and I started to find other people who wanted to join me in the mission of inspiring healthy living around the world. And what I found when I started sharing and working with this company was a company with a heart. I mean, I can't tell you over the last 10 years how many times I've dialed that 800 number, and every time I have been greeted with friendly voices and helpful information. The leadership team above us is second to none. people who aren't connected to me financially at all have gone out of their way to help me, guide me, encourage me, and educate me. It's just an amazing culture. There's no territories, there are no minimum requirements, so I have time flexibility, and that I just never had in a conventional job. Well, since I don't have those territories and I have the time flexibility, my husband and I can visit the cool mountains in the summer, watch the leaves change in the fall, and we have on occasion tried to go skiing in the winter. We have growing children in another state, and I can jump on the plane and go and be part of their activities, which I never would have been able to do. Also along the way, I have had personal development. And for example, stepping out of my comfort zone to be speaking live, timed, and recorded is so out of my comfort zone, I can't even begin to tell you. But I'm learning that the more you do it, the easier it gets, and it's not quite as scary as it was in the beginning, but there's great personal development. But you see, I feel that I have a gift to share with people, and it's in a big box with a bright red bow on it. And it's my responsibility to share that gift. It's the person I'm sharing it with, whether they open that box or not, that's entirely up to them. But my job is just sharing it. Excuse me. So along the way, excuse me, along the way, I share my health journey. In my late 20s, I was diagnosed with severe arthritis and told, just go home and take lots of aspirin for the pain. So I did that for a couple years, and I became a vitamin junkie and took a lot of aspirin. That was my health regimen for over 30 years. You see, I never understood the connection between food, nutrition, and health. Food was just about calories and whether the scale went up or the scale went down. Then in my early 60s, a friend came in where I was working and started talking about powdered produce and a salad bar and a capsule. So we added to our diets, and I started learning the value of whole food nutrition, and having that rainbow of colors in your diet each and every day. Well, I want to tell you that I will have my salad bar and a capsule and share this gift of health and wealth with others as long as I live. Now I want to turn it over to Bobby Benson. Bobby is a retired PGA golf professional who is now engaging in his virtual Juice Plus franchise and helping others get healthy, inspiring healthy living with others around the world. He is a grandfather of 6 and just recently became a great-grandfather of his 7th. Bobby, take it away.
Well, thank you, Lynn. You did such a great presentation, and I appreciate that. Would you agree now more than ever it's important for us to take control of our own wellness and financial concerns? It is predicted that 91% of Americans are financially not able to retire and will be forced to work into their retirement years. You are hearing tonight how everyone can benefit from the Juice Plus products and the Juice Plus franchise. It's been 13 years since I started taking Juice Plus, and I feel great. However, since doing several Shred 10 programs, I've lost weight, lowered my blood pressure and cholesterol, and I'm off all prescription medications. I was very busy as a head golf professional, working 6, sometimes 7 days a week, but a friend explained how the Juice Plus franchise could be our plan B and help fund our retirement. That really got my attention because I was 65 at the time and retirement seemed imminent. I was attracted to the Juice Plus franchise because I loved the benefits I experienced in my health, and I thought others would also. I started sharing 12 years ago and found that I could do it right alongside my golf business. It was a perfect fit for me. I could improve a person's golf swing, get them on the road to better health, and increase their income all at the same time. The passive income that sharing Juice Plus and the business even made it possible for me to retire from golf last year and continue to live in the same lifestyle. I'm so grateful to my friend for sharing and to the Juice Plus company. I envision a world where the conversation of the day is not about lack of money and terminal illness. Wouldn't it be wonderful if people in their 60s and 70s could work if they wanted to and not because they have to? My mission is to inspire healthy living around the world, and I'm so grateful that our team of people on the same mission continues to impact the lives of so many. Up next is my friend Rex Dendinger. Rex and his wife Deb live in South Florida. His first career was in law enforcement, where he ran an organized crime strike force unit until he entered corporate America and worked his way to the position of Chief Information Officer. He's now an avid tower gardener, loving his most enjoyable career yet. Take it away, Rex.
Thank you, Bobby. As you said, I wound up in corporate America, which was really totally against my idea of how to make a living. I'll tell you a quick story about how I grew up on my granddad's farm in the summer times. And amongst the other things that he did, he also ran a vehicle repair shop. So I learned an awful lot about mechanics and fixing things. I came back home at the end of a summer, and we drove by two of the neighbors' houses, and they both had old lawnmowers sitting out on the sidewalk waiting for the garbage man. So when we got home, I walked back up the couple of blocks to the houses, knocked on the door. I said, "If you're going to throw that away, could I have it?" And they said, "Sure." So I took those two home, and the next day went looking around again, found two more, brought them all home. Well, out of those 4 lawnmowers, I made 3 running lawnmowers that were fully functional. I then got in the lawnmower repair business and started selling lawnmowers. And at the tender age of, I guess I was probably about 13, maybe 14, I was making a whole lot more money than all the guys that I knew that were pedaling their bikes around, throwing newspapers in the front yard. As I got closer to high school, I had that famous sit down with my Depression-era parents, who reminded me that I was getting ready to go into high school. They wanted to see me go to college, so I needed to quit playing around with lawnmowers and start studying so I could get good grades. I, at that time, was a pretty obedient young man, so I did that, and I got into my studies. I did pretty well in high school, went into college, and when I came out of college, after the law enforcement career, I wound up going out into the corporate world, and it just never ever really felt right. There was always that feeling of, I've got no place to go. I'm always going to be, second or third tier down, and it just wasn't right for me. So when I got into the Juice Plus business with my wife about 15 years ago, everything was starting to feel a whole lot better. And what I'd like to do is give you a quick drawing of what I see as the two kinds of way to make a living. And you can tell right now that I'm not an artist, but I'm going to do the best that I can. But when I was in industry, let's take this as a typical IT shop, wherever it is. I worked for 2 Fortune 50 companies and several other small ones, and they all looked exactly the same. So you had computer operators, you had secretaries, you had programmers, you had analysts, you had directors. Can you see those lines? Maybe I better make them a little bit bigger. And then you had directors, you had vice presidents, then you had the C-level people, but up here at the top, that was the CEO. And there was no pathway to that top position. Now, I'm not going to tell you what that design looks like, you can all figure out what it looks like and understand that there's really no way that you can beat this top position. You can't do it. However, in the Juice Plus business, we have all these people out there working, some faster than others, some higher than others. But you see what's wrong with this box? There's no lid on it. You can go as high as you want, as far as you want, and make as much as you want. And you never have to get permission from anybody like you did over here. If I would have known Juice Plus and the business way back when, this would have never happened to me. I'll promise you, it would have never happened. I am very, very grateful for the Juice Plus business. I will probably do it till the day that I'm no longer here, because you can and because I love to. So I'm going to pass it on to Dr. Rachel Smartt now, who is a counselor of natural health and a doctor of naturopathy. She's the CEO of Smartt Transformation and specializes in the psychology of eating and detoxification. She's a national marketing director with the Juice Plus Company and has been a part of the company for 17 years. She resides in Peachtree City and has for over 20 years. She has 4 grown daughters and 3 grandchildren. Dr. Smartt?
Well, first of all, I love hearing the stories, and I'm getting hungry seeing all the bars and the gummies and all those things that we love dearly. So I'm grateful to be part of this healthy living revolution and this panel where we're taking healthy back. And I really believe that when you have health, anything is possible. And when you don't have it, nothing else really matters. And my story is similar to like Susie's. I always thought if you looked really good on the outside that you were healthy. But when I was 34 years of age, my husband was 37, looking the best he's ever looked and the most fittest he's ever been. He was suddenly diagnosed with terminal adrenal cancer at 37 and given 6 months to live. And so that was the time that we began to really understand the healing power of food. We started using a tool, first of all, through consuming more raw food. We used juicing as a tool to consume more, return to a plant-based diet. But we were struggling with the juicing. If you ever juiced before, it's a lot of mess, a lot of mop, a slop, and cleanup. And then we learned about Juice Plus from a neighbor, and I was a skeptic. I think we all need to be skeptical when we look at things that are going in our bodies. But when I looked at what it was concentrated whole food, and it was a fraction of the cost of juicing, and it was something that I could get a wider variety for my family, because the variety is just as important as the bulk, and to create the alkaline body to really combat the disease or to slow it down and extend life. And so we were able to see through whole food, turning to a plant-based diet, and Juice Plus to really bring nutritional excellence and bridging that large gap. And prayer, of course. My husband's life was extended for 8 extra healthy years, and his health was nearly optimal till the very end. And so what I saw through that was how food gives the edge on life, and food it's not just good for you, it's so good it can save your life. And so that was my story. That is just, it made me really look at my own health. And I have good health. I have good genes, but I don't want to leave it to luck. And we have to take charge. We have to be proactive. And so with Juice Plus, for me, it is a non-negotiable. It's something that I was impressed, of course, as a naturopath, sharing it because of the impeccable research, but also the results that I saw. Of course, extension of life, because we're all going to die. We just don't have to speed it up. And then with my own health, I want to look good, I want to feel good, and I want to prevent the sneaky diseases. And that's the reason why I take Juice Plus. It's it's like a bulletproof vest that I can slow disease and reduce the risk and help my family be protected. And I've been taking it for 17 years. And I have not been to the sick care doctor in 17 years. And it's just incredible knowing that, I'm doing something to be proactive. It doesn't mean I'll never have a problem. It just means that I'm protected and I have a lot less chances, and I feel amazing. And of course, my children, that's the biggest thing, is really giving nutritional inheritance to my children as I see them raising their children and seeing them change the course of their families and learning the things that we learn in this mission. And that's what makes me so proud to be working as 17 years with this amazing, incredible Juice Plus company. It is probably one of the best decisions I have ever made. It has influenced all areas of my life. And I originally just started, I was, helping my husband with battling cancer, raising 4 children. And I started because it was $50 to start. It was that small startup cost. And I thought, I'm getting all my family on Juice Plus for life. And so I thought I'd get the best price so I could get a wholesale discount. And then, of course, I started seeing the changes and seeing the value of giving tools to get more raw food in the body. And so I started sharing with my family and my friends. And I liked this part-time starting point so that I could do it as a busy mom, little children, and I could really, just weave this into my life. And so I was, making about $1,000 a month in about less than a couple months residually. And so it was really a fun money, don't tell my husband money. It was like the vacation money. And then what happened when my husband did pass away, I said, I want the insurance benefit packet. I want to be able to do what others that I saw do. And I went to a conference and saw ordinary people become very successful. And I was really shy. I didn't have a lot of business skills at all, but I saw that there was a system, there was high integrity, and I realized that I wanted to be part of this movement, this mission to take healthy back. And I saw that you could make a 6-figure income in a 2-year period or greater. So I put my head down and worked really hard with a lot of team support. And I was able to rise to the top of the company. And with the full benefit packet, it provided me as a single mom. I was a widow and raising my 4 children. And I've been able to give them the dream weddings. They all went into marriage without any college debt, which is huge because the company gives a corporate benefit packet of tuition support. So the company has dished out to me about $25,000 in college tuition fund to date. And then the insurance medical packet, which was huge because I was paying Cobra about $1,300 a month, and now I pay $250. So that was really big. And then, of course, it was just finding my own voice, finding my voice. I was able to write a story about modern day miracles that has my journey in it. I wouldn't have ever done that without this company. And then, of course, building teams and team development and seeing dreams be taken off the shelf. And more than that, creating bucket lists for people and to see them realize dreams and giving hope to their family. So that's my story in a nutshell. And I wanted to end with a little bit, I did a little visual. So I don't know about everybody has little visuals, but I wanted to tell you how easy it is to start this business in a month period, because I just did this with a team member and how I started and how she started. So it basically is we want nutritional excellence for ourselves. So everybody needs to start taking Juice Plus and they can consume that. But if they join the business for $50 and you help your mom and maybe two people outside your household, you're going to be making about $200. And that's a bonus of $100 and your retail sales profit. And I have people really work on helping find a buddy, a best friend in the business, and have them do the same thing. And then they get the $200 it's included in the $100 bonus. And then together we help try to get 12 families healthy. And I know I reach out to help the teacher at my kids' school, help somebody at the soccer field, help somebody get on the children's health study that their daughter had autism. And I just went through and help people get 12 families, and you get a $250 bonus in your income. I just helped somebody do this in 1 month, and I asked her what her paycheck was in 1 month. And within the bonuses, her paycheck was $764 in 1 month. So anyway, I just want to tell you a big picture of what's possible just by changing lives and helping families. So I just wanted to share that the potential is great and a meaningful difference is the best part. I'm going to turn it back over to Patti.
Rachel, thank you so very much. And to all of our panels of speakers tonight, you know what, I'm sitting here with goosebumps, really, literally. Everybody has such an amazing story tonight of hope and of possibility of wonderful health and prosperity. And what better thing to do in this world right now in this time of our lives than to offer that to people. Oh my goodness, I am just so thrilled that you were able to hear these wonderful, wonderful speakers tonight tell their story of this great mission that we're on. And it is called Inspiring Healthy Living Around the World. And you know what? We need a lot of people in order to do that. And if this is something that might have resonated with you in one way or the other, get with the person who invited you tonight, because you know what, there's so many ways that we can do this. But if we can help one person at a time just find their way through their health journey, or find their way through maybe even making a check of $750. I mean, that could change lives forever. And it's incredible what things like that could do. And this company is like a company with a heart. That's what we always call it, because you find wonderful, wonderful people like we have on this call tonight, and they're, explode that by millions of people out there that are part of this company, because we are so passionate about what we do, and we are so thrilled that you spent your night with us tonight. We again know that you could have had other options tonight. The call was recorded. It will be posted, and whoever did invite you can send the recording to you, and maybe you want to send that recording to somebody else who really needs to hear this message. So with everything that's gone on in the world, I just want to say I wish everyone safety. I wish everyone blessings, and I know that God will be protecting all of us as we go forward. But you have a wonderful night. We have these calls every other Wednesday, and so tell your friends, tell your family, because the more we can do for other people and help other people, the better off we all will be. Panels of speakers, thank you so much. You were wonderful. I'm so excited that you were able to speak tonight, and you just all have a wonderful, wonderful night. Thank you so much.